so we'll start with Alex. Go to Jana's desk. Okay, Jana, can you lean up your thing? Okay. All right, ready? Mix them up. Here we go. Yes. It's 12.
6. 30. 28. 27.
27.
16.
16.
6.
All right, go to Matthew.
72. 57.
Logan. Come here.
60.
Yes, 6. Remember, this is like a clock. 12 times 5. 12 numbers on a clock, 5 minutes in between, and there's 60 minutes in an hour. Okay, here we go.
28. 48.
48. All right.
It's 30. Wait, is it 30 or is it 2?
It's 30. Yeah, you got it. Ready?
10.
Micah. Micah, go to Lucas. Ready?
44.
Micah.
33.
Micah.
50.
Micah.
35.
35.
22.
Noah.
21.
Did you tie?
Yeah.
Another one.
45.
Yes. Okay, Alex, go to Jana again. Yes.
66. 72.
72. Yeah. Hey, can you keep the noise? I can't, it was squeaking over here. I was having trouble hearing.
42. No. 24.
Yes.
40. 12.
Yes.
16.
Jacob got it a little bit.
40. 36.
Good.
20. 28.
Mhm.
What did you say, Jim? You said 28.
Okay. This is too easy. That's too easy.
40.
Micah. Too easy.
55.
Those easy ones, it's a tongue twister. Yes. I think. It's loud in here. I can't hear.
20. 15. 36.
Yes.
27.
I think Lucy said it first.
Yeah.
Okay, so did anyone get moved 10 seats together?
Micah.
Micah, did you move 10?
In the 2 rounds, I think he got over 10.
Okay.
I got 8.
You have 8. Did anyone get more than 8?
I feel like I got 10.
Okay, I only want the person that moved to answer. I don't need everyone saying so-and-so got this number. It's too many people talking, and I've said that before. Okay, Micah, how many did you get? tied? All right, because then you tie winning. All right, good. Open your math books to page 119. Now, we're going to talk about multiplying with numbers that are multiples of 10 or 100 or even 1,000. Now, there's an easy way to do it. And on page 119, I'm going to show you two different ways you could do it. Now, here's the way in the book, and then I'll show you how I do it. Okay? And they're both the same way. Actually, this way is showing you the why. And then I'll show you maybe a little bit quicker way. All right, so at the top of your page, you'll see you have a number sentence. Okay, now, we do not know our 80 times table. Now, we do know our 8 times tables, right? So, what we're going to do is break it into parts. Anytime you have something really big and you don't know how to solve it, just break it down into little pieces and then put it all together, like a puzzle. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at it as this. N equals 2 times how many tens? Because 80, the 8 is in the tens place. Okay, Micah? All right, so how many tens is 80?
8.
Right, there's 8 tens in 80, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. There's 8 tens. So now we're going to solve it thinking of it as being 8 tens. So now we can say if we have 2 times 8 is what?
18.
No.
16.
16. So now I'm looking at it as I have 16 tens. Because 2 times 8 tens is 16 tens. So if I have 16 tens, what would be my final answer?
160.
Nicholas?
160 because you add the 0.
Yes, 160. Okay. Let's do another one. This one is going to be hundreds. I'm going to change it a little from the example in the board, or in your book. So let's say we have 2 times, let's do 900. Okay, so let's look at it as being n equals 2 times
9.
how many hundreds? I'm spelling words great. Hundreds. Okay, so look, we have our hundreds place is right here. Okay, just like our tens place was right here. So how many hundreds are in 900? 9. Okay, so now I'm going to say how many, if I have 2 times 900s, what would it be? 1800s. Because 2 times 9 is 18. And then what would my new number be?
18,000. Well, 108,000.
So
1,800.
picture it like this. Now this isn't exactly the right way that you would do this, but picture it like this. Say you have your ones place, your tens place, and your hundreds place. Okay? So if we have 1800s, I'm just going to put 18 in there. And then the rest are zeros. So it's this. Think of it like this. We don't normally put 2 numbers in one place value. But just to visualize it, if you look at it as being 1800s, do it like that, and then the rest are zeros. Okay? And then let's just go ahead and do 1,000s. many thousands? Look at your thousands place. There's 5 thousands. Okay, so what's 2 times 5 thousands?
10.
Right, 10 thousands. Okay, so now let's think of the number. If we have 10 thousands, what would our number be? Micah? If I have 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, how many thousands is that? 10,000. I forgot. Okay, we'll see. We're already doing this, so let's just keep with it. So another way you could do it was to do the place values. Okay, you've got ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So how many thousands did I have? I had 10 thousands, and the rest are zeros. And you put a comma, you count over every 3 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, comma. Now, the way I do it is just now, you need to learn how to do it this way, because that tells you why it's this. But when I'm looking at this, I just multiply all the numbers that aren't 0. So I cover up the zeros. What's 2 times 8? 16. And then I go back, and however many zeros are here, I add that to the end of my answer.
16,000.
Let's do a big number just for fun.
Yeah.
'Alright, cover up all the zeros. What's 2 times 9? 18.
18 million.
And then add all the zeros to the end of my answer.
18 million.
18 billion. That's 18 billion.
This is not a million.
Alright, so let's do this on your paper. Number 1. Alright, we've lost a minute of recess. I've given many warnings about calling out. Okay, 1 minute. Number 1, n equals 2 times 60. Now let's do it using our equations. Alright, so we've got n equals 2 times 60, so then n equals 2 times how many tens? 6. Now, n equals, what's 2 times 6? 12 tens. And what's 12 tens?
100, 200. 120.
Yes. Anytime you have a tens place, just add a 1 0. If you have a hundreds place, add 2 zeros. If you have a thousands place, add 3 zeros. Okay, so that's the answer for number 1. Number 2. N equals 4 times 300. Okay, so n equals 4 times how many hundreds?
300.
300s.
12.
N equals, what's 4 times 3?
12.
12. Bring down my hundreds.
1,200.
So 12 hundreds is what?
1,200.
Yes. Okay, so basically you're just taking the zeros in the problem and then you're putting them there. Okay? I had only 1 0 here. So just add it there. Number 3. N equals 5 times 4,000. So n equals 5 times how many thousands? 4.
20.
Wait a minute. N equals 20 thousands.
And
Please be filling these out in your books. I'm not writing these on the board just for you to watch me. Okay, these are your answers. And then, what number is 20 thousands?
2, 0, comma, 0, 0.
Right, 20 thousands, that's 20,000.
2, 0.
Okay, same as like here. I had 3 zeros, so I added 3 zeros to the 20. I already had a 0 in my 20, so that 0 didn't count. But then you add the 3 zeros here. Does everybody understand this?
Yes.
Okay. So this is where you can use your mental math, which is what I taught you on the board. So 7 times 800 equals what? Very good. Okay, let me show you. 7 times 800.
56.
Look, all you have to do is multiply the 7 times 8. That's 56. And then add the 2 zeros
And put the comma.
and put your comma.
56,000.
This is pretty easy. All the zeros in your problem, you add them to your answer. Okay? What about 8 times 4,000?
12. Wait. Yeah, 12,000.
Okay, so we've got, no, not 12. What's 8 times 4?
32.
32, and then add
3 zeros.
your 3 zeros.
32,000.
So, 32,000. And then the last one is pretty easy. 7 times 60. Yes. 420, because 7 times 6 is 42, and then you add a 0. Okay. Let me have Jensen. Would you read the first story problem?
Yes. Joe's car.
Jose.
Jose completed the fourth.
Now, read it in a normal.
Yeah. Jose Collin and Owen completed the 400-meter race at their school's field day. How many meters did they run all together?
All right. So each of the boys ran 400 meters. How many did they?
That's 3 times 400,
Yes.
which is 1,200.
Okay, good. So what you're doing is there's 3 boys. You're going to multiply that by how many
400.
meters they each ran. And then 3 times 4 is
12.
12. And add your 2 zeros.
1,200.
So, and what's the label?
1,000 together. Meters.
Meters. Noah, would you read number 8, please?
At the beginning of field day, the
Concession.
concession stand had 9 pizzas that were cut into 12 each. They sold 84 slices of pizza. How many slices were cut?
All right, so we're going to have a 2-step problem here. What's the first step we need to solve? Add. What are we adding?
Time.
Okay, tell you what, let's look and see if there's any clue words. The first says, the concession stand had 9 pizzas that were cut into 12 pieces each. Okay, so it's hard to see this. All right, so each means we multiply. Okay, because if every pizza, each pizza has 9. Okay, so what are we going to multiply?
9 times 12.
9 times 12, which which equals what? Does anybody?
92.
108. Very good. So that's the first step. But then they sold 84 slices of pizza. How many slices were left? Subtract.
Minus 84.
Yes, 108. Okay, now so you're writing the equation on that straight line, but then you're doing your work over here. So, all right, so you're going to come over here and subtract.
84.
Okay. So what's 8 minus 4? 4. Okay.
10
Now
minus 2.
you could borrow, but just look at it as being 10 minus 8
2.
is 2.
So 24.
24 slices is what's left. Actually, you would write it up here. Okay, go ahead and I want you to either underline or circle the clue words. So the clue words were each
How many?
and were left. And then up at the other one, number 7, the clue words were all together. Now, sometimes up there all together means adding. And really we could add, right? We could have said 400 plus 400 plus 400. But we're smarter than that and we can do it a quicker way. 400 times 3. Yes.
In second grade, we would just like highlight it.
Highlight it. Okay. I don't want you to get your highlighter out. Okay. Why don't you just underline it or circle it? Okay. So for, let's go ahead and do the next problems together, and then I'm going to have you work on the back on your own. Okay. So just as a review, number 9. And please do not be working on the back right now. Okay, we're on the bottom of the page to the front. So, 3 times 7 is what?
27. 20.
21. So put your 1, carry your 2 to the tens place. We're going to add that. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. 3 times 2 is 6. Now, if it helps, you can think of it like this. You've got those 2 first, then you've got these 2, then you got those. Right, number 10 is 46 times 7. Alex, can you tell me how would I do this?
Okay, so 6 times 7 is 42, so you put a 2 at the bottom, and put the 4, or add the 4 on top of the 4,
Okay.
and 7 times 4 is 28, so you will put an 8 at the bottom plus 4, and that equals 12.
Now, what's 28 plus 4?
28 plus 4 is 32.
Yes. So then we write that down.
32 will go on the bottom.
Yes. Number 11. 309 times 5. Dylan, can you tell me how to do this? Okay, add the 4 to my tens place. Now what?
So that 4 turns into 40.
No, because look, what's first you're going to multiply. So what's 5 times 0?
5 times 0.
0. And what's 0 plus 4? Okay, that part's pretty easy. Don't make it harder than it. And then what's 5 times 3?
5 times 3 is 15.
Yes, so then you're gonna write 15. Okay, Micah? Hey, Lucas. Number 12 is 38 times 4. Mason.
So 8 times 4 is 32.
Mm-hmm.
Then put the 2 and name the thing.
Good.
And then 4 times 3 is 12.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 3 is 15. So
12 plus 3 is 15, you said?
and then it's 150.
Right. Okay, number 13, Micah. Mm-hmm. 42, and add a comma. And number 14, 287 times 4. Jaina.
7 times 4. 28.
Mm-hmm.
8 and 22. 8 times 4. 32.
Mm-hmm. Plus 2, so it's 32 plus
34.
2. Mm-hmm.
Put your 4 and carry a 3.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Put your 4 and carry a 3.
Good.
4 times 2 is 8
Mm-hmm.
plus 3. 11.
Good. So 1,148. All right. Go ahead, turn the page, and I want you to complete this page. Okay. If you do complete this page, you can work on your activity page 117, 118.